If your risks aren't getting attention, then they won't get support, and that's usually because the descriptions are vague, bloated, or just confusing. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to write risks in a way that gets your stakeholders to stop, understand, and actually take action. We're using a simple, effective format: threat, cause, impact. Let's get straight into it. Step 1. Start with the threat. A risk is a potential problem, a threat that might happen. Note the uncertainty. It might happen, not something that's happening now, but something that could. If it's certain or it has happened, then it's an issue. So start your risk description with, there is a risk that, and then describe the threat itself, what you're worried might occur. Use language that keeps it in the realms of possibility, like it may, it might. There is a risk that the house may collapse. But don't say the house is collapsing, because, again, that's not a risk. It's too certain. It's an issue. If you don't describe the threat clearly, your stakeholders will start tuning out. Step 2. Add the cause, but be brief. You need to explain why the risk exists, but try to keep it short. So, in the example of the house, we could say, because the foundations are substandard. And that's all you need. This isn't the place to tell the story of the entire project. If there's some useful background information, add it to a supporting section in the log, but not in the description itself. If you're unsure of the cause, reflect that, because the foundations may be substandard. Just don't turn this into a brainstorm or hypotheticals. Stick to what's credible and relevant. Step 3. Show the impact. This is what gets attention. Here's where most risk descriptions fall flat. They don't answer the key question, so what? Maybe that's because project managers are worried that they may sound hyperbolic, but without some impact being explained, the reader has no reason to care. So describe the impact as clearly as you can. So for our house example, we could say the impact would be the loss of a £400,000 asset. Now the reader understands why it matters. If you can quantify the impact in time, money, or business value, then do it. Even an estimate is better than nothing. Delays of 6 to 8 weeks, fines between $100,000 and $500,000, customer churn likely to rise by up to 10%. Without that, the risk just looks like a box ticking exercise, and it doesn't give anybody any incentive to help you. Okay, so let's pull those 3 elements together. There is a risk that the house may collapse because the foundations are substandard, and the impact would be the loss of a £400,000 asset. It tells the full story about the risk. It shares the threat, the cause, and why you should care. And while it sets the risk owner up to find ways to prevent it from happening, it also gives clarity to stakeholders and a reason why they should care. And that's the structure, and it matters, so don't bury the threat behind the cause. For example, saying something like, because the foundations are substandard, there is a risk the house may collapse. It buries the danger. Lead with the threat. There is a risk the house may collapse because the foundations are substandard. Put the danger first, then the reason, and then the consequence. That's what cuts through. Try it out now. Take a risk from your log and reframe it using threat, cause, impact. Using this structure cuts through the noise. It makes your risks understandable, actionable, and much harder to ignore. If you found this video helpful, give it a like so more people get to see it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.